She's getting closer to me.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Allerton.com for the Block Party Live, just like we are every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central. So make sure you guys come and check us out every week. If you're new to the show, I got Jason and Amy here joining us. And I do not have, we don't have Tristan this week. Unfortunately, he had to go on a hiatus, but
he went on another adventure, basically. He just goes on adventures every single fucking week.
Yeah, literally every other week. He's in Sweden, Japan, somewhere, but he's not with us. But we got Amy, we got Jason, and you guys are lucky too, because now we get to recap the PlayStation press conference we've been looking forward to ever since E3, and they didn't announce the PlayStation 4K, the PlayStation Neo, and what we now officially know as the PlayStation 4 Pro. But before we jump into the PlayStation Pro talk, I kind of want to start off with a real quick little I kind of want to get your feedback, guys, on what you think about the new announcement from Apple, how they kind of partnered with Nintendo, and they showed off Super Mario Run. Miyamoto actually came out during the Apple press conference. Sorry to throw you off, Jason. Miyamoto actually came out on stage and announced the new Super Mario Run, which is the new Super Mario Brothers style. So, like, if you remember those graphics, you know, when that came out, kind of. Cool. It's like a Flappy Bird style, touch style, I think. It's a tap game. And constantly Mario is going to be like rolling to the right, just running, and then you're going to tap to make him jump over things, collect coins. You're going to come into a wall, and you bounce back and forth off the wall and do things like that. Dude, they announced some weird shit in this thing, too. Ghost mode? This cracked me up when they started talking about it. Ghost racing mode, so you can race against your friends. And you can see who's, you know, they'll be ghosted out like in Mario Karts and stuff like that.
And like Super Mario 3D World had that also. That's been around for a while.
Yeah. So, like, well, you know, us old school dudes who remember racing around the track in some Mario Kart.
Yeah. I did that, yeah. I had to race your ghost.
Jason, remember when you were always Yoshi and you were always trying to beat that Toad ghost that was on the track? You know, my little Toad ghost?
Yeah. Enough about your Toad.
So they'll have this in there, but what made me crack up is it's called Toad Rally mode.
Which is funny because that's what you always used.
Yes, dude, I know. It makes it even better. And you actually have to pull off stunts to impress the Toads, dude. That make the Toads happy, and then you get more coins and, like...
It's like your dream in life, dude. Like, if everything was just judged, everything you did is judged on Toads.
Everything.
This is pretty good for you. Or do you not like this at all?
I love the Toad Rally. I love the fact that you have to impress Toads. I think that's... I think everyone should kind of try and live their life to impress a Toad. Everything you do, Amy, everything you do should be impress a Toad. Not me.
No.
Not Jason. Just the Toads of the world.
No, it's to impress my chicken, Knight Rider.
She's a Toad fan.
No.
But, dude, no price yet. Coming out this holiday. First on iOS, and then it'll come out to Androids, I'm assuming after the holiday.
I'm going to miss it so much. I can't wait.
I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. I actually like I really love Jetpack Joyride when it came out, like, what was it, like 5 years ago at this point? Like, that game was really addicting. So if this takes some of that stuff and throws a Mario traipsing on it, I mean, I'll definitely play the shit out of it.
Same, but I can totally wait. It's not anything that makes me want to go buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
No.
I need this new iPhone for it. Oh my god.
Just so I can play Super Mario Run.
Oh!
It's in line with what we kind of talked about, maybe a year ago, less than a year ago, when we first announced, when we broke news that Nintendo was getting into the game market. What do we think that they would try and do? Exactly. One of the things, I can't remember who mentioned it, dude, was an endless runner. But back in the day, the endless runners were more the style of where they ran forward, and then you'd swipe left or right to make a move.
Yeah, that had kind of overtaken the Jetpack Joyride thing. The Temple Run style of left, and right kind of became hot with, like, Subway Surfer or whatever it was, and then... This is weird that it's a vertical. All the videos were shot in vertical. Maybe that's just the way they did it. I think Tristan called that out too when we were talking about it when we were watching it. But I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, because you guys did note that, and I thought I saw something that said it showed a picture of it on an iPad, and it was landscape style. Okay, so I mean, it might switch between.
I can't imagine you can't do it both ways. That's kind of silly.
But I think that it's going to be the screen, like, regardless of how you hold your thing, is going to be set to one thing standard, so that way you don't get an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought was weird, because, like, you always in Mario, like, you've gotten a good look at the board. Like, you always kind of, like, see what's coming and can adjust to it appropriately. But I don't know, like when I put in Super Mario Brothers 1 right now,
Yeah.
Like, I play it like it's an endless runner, right? Like, I just go. I just, like, instantly, like, I'm trying to show off, and I don't, like, slow down, and I try to go as fast as I can.
Yep.
So it kind of hits that, like, old school mentality of what's going on.
First button I press is speed burst, second button I press is forward.
Yeah, so, like, this is totally in line with what I want to do in a Mario game.
And I think that, yeah.
You have your thumb, like, so your thumb hits both at the same time.
You're in that corner.
Just, like,
yep. Yeah, so this is interesting. This is a very good second entry into the mobile space for Nintendo. Smart. Everybody knows Mario. Like, the iPhone is very popular with, like, the crowd that would be attracted to a Mario game, so smart.
And I think it's one of the better options. Obviously, it's not super innovative, but it's one of the better options they have for games out there right now that you can kind of go off of, tap game, or you could go off a strategy game like Clash of Clans, or you could do like one of their billion Mario parties. I think this is the best option. It gives you the action, gives you the adventure, and they said that it's not going to be like a pay to play.
Yeah, it's probably like $3, right? And then you're in forever. That's good. Keep up.
$2.99, you get it forever, and I'm assuming there's going to be like little trinkets and stuff that you can buy, and that's obviously
for sure.
A money thing in there, but you pay to get it once and then it's good to go. So that's going to come out this holiday. Pretty crazy to see Nintendo on stage at Apple.
Seeing Miyamoto on stage at the Apple conference is crazy to me.
Yeah, like, it was fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. I mean, Nintendo and Apple are kind of like similar structures of a company, as that they try to make like really polished products instead of rushing things out there. So it kind of made sense to me. And
they are also in the industry, like you were just saying. Like, when you think about consoles, it's Sony, PlayStation, and Xbox or Microsoft, and then you got like the guy back there making the polish is Nintendo, and then you got phones, you got like Android makers, and then you got whatever, and then you got Apple, and it's like they're the guys that are out there doing, like you said, the polishing. So that is kind of cool to see, like the two icons of their industries.
The two polishers polishing each other.
polishing things.
Polishing the knob.
Polishing knobs on stage, dude.
Yeah.
And then we also got from that Apple event, Pokemon Go coming to the Apple Watch 2.
Aren't they already making a watch though for the Nintendo?
Yes, it comes out in October. It's called the Pokemon Go Plus.
It's not a watch though. It's just like a little buzzer, essentially.
It's a bracelet that goes on your wrist and kind of notifies it. Well, you can use it to play your game, so you can be able to hit buttons and stuff on it to play your game. No one's really actually gotten to touch it or use it, but yeah, it's like Bluetooth to your phone. And then it can play it, like where the watch is kind of has different things to it than the game actually is. But I don't know, unless they fix the battery life on that, it's going to be interesting to see how long you can actually play a game on there and keep the watch functioning. But
yeah, I've like had like that Chaos Rings game and like messed with a couple watch games, and I just don't like them at all. That's not like a real reason to. It's a watch, like right, like it's a schedule. It like shows the text messages and like all that kind of stuff, and like they're going big into fitness, so it's weird that they pull this game on stage. But
I mean, I guess it's sort of hand in hand with fitness, because like you're walking around.
They were hyping how
like
much people
an odometer or pedometer or whatever, and
I don't know if it like buzzed when Pokemon was around. Maybe I'd actually open that game for the first time in a month and a half, but probably doubt it.
Yeah, the phone is supposed to allow you, like, based on your walking distance, you collect things. You can get Pokestops. It's not the same battling system where you're throwing eggs to capture Pokemon. You're going to do something else while you walk.
Throw Pokeballs to capture Pokemon, not eggs.
Fact. You guys don't throw eggs to catch Pokemon. Pokemon come out of eggs.
I was just like, no.
My brain's in an egg right now.
It's alright, Chad.
It's okay.
Everyone's pretty much given up on Pokemon at this point, so
yeah,
it's so broken.
Except for the local Target, which has those red balls painted like Pokeballs at mine, which I thought was actually pretty cool.
This announcement actually pisses me off and makes me want to play Pokemon Go less, is the fact that this game has been so fucking broken, and we realize why now things haven't been really getting fixed, is because they have half their fucking crew or whatever working on this fucking thing to make sure that this was ready for launch with the new Apple fucking announcements.
That's stupid.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm assuming that a lot of the stuff that could have been fixed quickly if you had all your resources invested into it wouldn't have been taken care of if you didn't split your resources to make another almost separate game, because all the graphics, interfaces, everything has to be modeled for that watch,
which is weird considering like the watch is such a niche market, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't feel like that's.
Well, now they got to launch that in how many fucking different languages and how many different fucking.
It's already so broken. How is it gonna the servers aren't gonna hold up? I mean, they aren't holding up as it is.
Fucking wasted their time on that shit, dude. They should just fine-tuned their Pokemon Go on the fucking regular phone and skip the watch.
Totally skip the watch.
But when Apple calls, everyone fucking listens, dude. You ain't putting that phone down.
Oh yeah,
no, a lot of money out of it. Like, why not?
Yeah, Apple made so much money off of Pokemon Go. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
400 million easily. I think they've already made close to $1 billion off that motherfucker. But let's get into the meat of the excitement for the day. Something we've been looking forward to a long time. We had rumors and tons of stuff coming out in the last couple of weeks leading up to this. The PlayStation 4 press event was today at 2 o'clock, and we got to see the new PlayStation 4.5, PlayStation 4K, PlayStation Neo, called the PlayStation 4 Pro. And let me go a rundown of what you can look forward to this thing, and you can also, by the end of it, you're going to realize that, nobody really needs it. But upgraded GPU.
I think we already knew that.
Yeah, but it's crazy, too. I'm going to give it to you, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah. I mean, just turn the brightness up on your TV, and you'll be good.
It's got a boost in the clock rate. 4 teraflops. Let me tell you about this. 4 teraflops. You think it's awesome? Yes, it's a double the increase of PlayStation 4 what it's at right now for processing power. But the Scorpio, which comes out next year, is at 6. So technically, you are introducing a lesser, not much, but lesser powerful.
That's unit. A lot, actually, when you break it down.
2 teraflops. Yeah, I mean when you think 2 teraflops is huge. This is the biggest fucking slap in my face, and I was so irritated when they got to this part. No 4K Blu-ray player in this thing. This is their next system to take them potentially, unless they got something up their sleeve, to 2018, 2019. This is the system that's going to get
They're relying on the adoption of 4K streaming over the 4K Blu-ray, which makes absolutely no sense to me because the infrastructure is just not there across the country yet to do this. But that's another story.
Do you think that there may be... I don't even know.
They didn't think about it. And then Xbox is like, how do you not think about that, though? And then Xbox
because every single PlayStation, right? The whole point of the PlayStation was like, oh my god, my PlayStation 2 is a DVD player. My PlayStation 3 can play Blu-rays. My PlayStation 4 can... I can stream 4K Netflix now, maybe.
Wow.
On my internet that probably can't handle it.
Yeah. It's such a huge miss. And they only did it because they had to hit that price point. You know it. That's the only reason they had to do it.
Yeah, that's probably it, because they needed to keep it a lower budget, and maybe it's not for us people that already have PS4s. It's supposed to be for the 12 people that don't have a PS4 kind of thing, maybe, is the guess on that. But also too, does everybody have a 4K TV?
No, that's less than 5% of the people, I'm assuming, have a 4K. Nobody has a 4K TV at this point because...
So then why do we care about the 4K player?
That's the whole point here. Is because if you're already catering to that niche market, why not just go all in, right? You have such a small
if you're
base.
telling me your system is outputting 4K, you're hyping 4K, 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 I don't want to buy a $400 system and a $400 4K player, then a $1,000 TV when I can buy a $300 Xbox S, get my 4K player.
That's the issue at play.
And then all of a sudden, all I got to do is eventually upgrade to the TV. I have everything I need if I want to get.
If you want to. Okay, well, I was just, I guess then so they
because
were
this is essentially
4K
saying,
stuff. Because I'm like, well, who fucking cares if nobody has a 4K TV? And what's the big deal? Who cares if it can play 4K or not? But if that's what they were like. Ooh, 4K stuff.
This whole press conference
I get it.
To sell TVs. 4K. They're just trying to sell TVs at this point. That's the whole fucking point of this.
Yes, dude.
That's all I can gather from this is Sony wants to move their 4K TVs and get that saturation and start to get that ball rolling on the 4K TVs, right? So you associate...
But if that's the case, then yeah, that makes total sense.
You start to associate 4K TVs with the PlayStation 4, then 3 years from now when that's got enough saturation, then you bring out your new system that is actually a 4K gaming machine, unlike this thing, which is an upscaler box, essentially, at this point.
Yeah, that makes no sense then, because it's if you're pushing all this 4K shit, then you should be able to play 4K DVDs and shit. Although, again, for us, since we don't have a 4K TV, and I don't think that we're getting one anytime soon, it won't really matter for me anyways until the next system.
Wait, I thought you said on the Black Party you had a 4K TV.
She does.
I do, but I'm not going to go out of my way to use it or do anything for it. I don't care that it's 4K.
But
it just happens to have that on it, but it's not oh my god, I needed it because it's 4K.
But had they said $400, this has a 4K Blu-ray, I'd be tempted to trade in and get that one because it would take advantage of the unit you already have. You know, it's like just like, and at the end of the day, it'd be like a $200 upgrade for something. Now I can start buying 4K Blu-rays. We can start like.
But then on the other end of it, do people still use Blu-rays and stuff, right? Like if I have a terabyte hard drive and I can download the movie from the PlayStation Store to just rent.
Yeah,
then maybe I would do it. Like I don't buy anything anymore, like physical media,
because I always feel like I can get a movie for like $5 at the bargain bin at like Walmart or Best Buy, versus paying like the 10 to 15. Dude, me and Amy just bought Independence Day.
Like and
that's a good deal. All right,
that's a digital download was $10.
Yeah, I actually went to rent that on Amazon. It was like $8.99 or $9.99 or something.
And we got it on Blu-ray for $5.
All right.
At the bargain bin, so I was like, it's cheaper to get. Usually, it's cheaper to get hard copies of stuff.
The other way I look at it,
I just like having it too. You know,
we can take it in the bedroom.
Yeah, we can go wherever with it because we don't have these players.
Stay in the bedroom, you fucking perverts.
Yeah. And, you know, and then too, like, there's times when like the internet's not working, or like last night when PlayStation Network was down for 7 hours or whatever. Well, you can't stream anything or watch anything then online because everything was down. Like, I couldn't sign in to PSN, so
no, that makes perfect sense.
And I have my Blu-ray, you know, I can just watch it.
Yeah, especially this last week here, dude. They've been rocked hard.
Yeah,
three times in 2 weeks.
I have my franchise in Madden. I didn't realize it was an online. It was in the cloud, an online franchise. Even though I was playing by myself, I couldn't even play it. I thought that was crazy. I couldn't even use my own fucking save.
That's annoying as shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
dude,
get
that shuttled first before this 4K.
So PlayStation Pro also has a controller. The new controller has a little light on it. So they didn't even upgrade the fucking controller to make it look like one of the Pro or Elites. Like nothing changed on the controller except adding like a little light bar underneath the top touchpad, which doesn't do anything really. And the new camera looks like a can. It's circular now.
Does it have any upgraded tech, or is it just a shape?
Nope. I looked into the tech for that. I was hoping to report to you guys that it does. Dude, it doesn't even do 1080p. It still does 720p on the camera.
Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude?
I think they're just holding everything for the next system. That has to be the case.
They better.
Like they're gonna be like, ooh, this camera can record in 3D and like it'll record in 4K. You know, I just have a feeling it's got to be all for the next system.
This is just a fucking rush job. Like,
it
looked like they filmed it at like a fucking Motel 8 too. Like, where was this thing, dude? It was like such low production value across the board, man. It did not feel like Sony announcing like a big product at all.
Yeah, dude, especially after E3 showing where they rocked the fucking house, dude, and then they come with this. But let's talk about that 4K, dude. It looks fucking brilliant to me. I think it looks amazing. But if I was playing a game, I probably wouldn't like notice it too much. But like watching these videos over and over, I'm like, holy crap, that looks gorgeous.
The weird thing is like it's like 1080p versus 720p. You don't notice it if you're playing it. So like, what does it fucking matter? Like, I'm not gonna hunt it. It's like if all these games are essentially identical minus their upscale to 4K, like who cares?
Yeah.
And so except for Call of Duty has a couple more bells and whistles supposedly.
Argument for that almost seems like it's an argument for the fact that we don't give a shit that it doesn't play 4K. A little bit, or am I missing something? Yeah,
no,
because like I'm like this, like I really don't care at all that there's no 4K thing. But yes, that was a stupid business move because if the Xbox can do it, and
that's the way I see it. Like if your competitors doing it, like you should probably do it. If your platform for the last 10 years, 15 years has been built on doing it, like it seems like a weird change of pace. But like
very much so.
None of this 4K stuff is really exciting to me because it's not 4K gaming. It's just like taking regular games and making them look like
it's like what they do
changing the resolution. It's like if
DVDs.
I play or if I play,
they're like, oh, this is a DVD from like the 80s, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna because like what they did with VHS to DVD, and then they're like DVD to Blu-ray. It's like not really any better quality because it wasn't like filmed at a higher quality. They're just like what you do in Photoshop with like a JPEG. You're gonna try to like up the pixels and make it better.
Totally. It's like when like they show Call of Duty in this press conference. And it looks like Call of Duty to me because it's not doing anything spectacular except upping the resolution. It's like when you used to play like a 720 game on your computer because it would run better because your graphics card couldn't handle it, and then you put it in a 1080 and you're like, ooh, that's amazing. It's not that much more amazing because like all the polygons are you have the same polygon count. Like everything just looks crisper.
Yeah, you just have that finer detail in the imagery, which
is awesome if you have that TV. Like it's gonna like you're gonna be like, wow, this looks really neat.
It's cool, and then this is a great thing for anyone who has that. But I think the other big thing that I got out of this is like you guys spent this entire fucking hour, and you spent all this hard work to make a system that plays 4K and does all this, and it's got a little bit more power. But you know what, dude? We still haven't hit 60 frames a second in games yet. With running at 1080,
we can't do 1080.
We're running at 720,
yes,
even sometimes. So, like, make me a system that you can say, hey, you know what? If you don't have a 4K TV, if you don't have HDR capability, which most TVs nowadays don't even have HDR, which is, high dynamic range, which is like, they don't even have that aspect of it, and they're giving HDR free to people. But you're gonna make this system, and you can't even say, Chad, you want to play Bloodborne, dude? You get the new PS4 Pro, you get 60 frames a second on that, guaranteed. Because it's just not there yet. So, like, you're literally giving me nothing to upgrade. I'm not buying one of these.
Also, your entire press conference is null and void when you're showing Shadow of Mordor for the record.
Yeah, that was weird.
What are you doing at this point? You're talking about the future of gaming, and you're showing, like, a 3-year-old game at this point? Like, are you fucking kidding me with that? Like, totally. Like, you can't do 60 frames consistently, and now we're doing this. And what's going to happen? Like, I get really worried about like this Call of Duty's like doing more stuff and it's running at 60. Like, are they going to start cutting corners on the other games like that aren't the 4K? Like are those going to have like performance issues, or will the 4K games start to have performance issues because they're not optimized properly? Like all of a sudden you have like this extra development effort that has to go into these games that are already launching broken as fuck. Like so many games these days require patches to make them actually run. So like now you're gonna make these teams make 3 different versions of your game, and you're gonna on multiple like 4K version of the PlayStation, the 4K version of the Xbox, the regular version of both of those, and you're gonna expect them all to run flawlessly. Give me a fucking break, dude. That's gonna be such a shit show. It's kind of like a
shitty thing to do to all those like developers and shit, especially like the indie ones that are trying to break into the market, and they're like, well, fuck, what do we do now? Like,
dude. Totally with you guys on
and I was under the impression this was one of the big hard sells of this was going to also tie into VR, which they didn't even discuss at all, except for saying like it might make the graphics better potentially.
Yeah, it might allow them to add more on the screen.
I would have been sold on this like getting the VR if you told me it was going to make sure that my VR experience was more consistent and like more powerful and it was like a better experience. That would have been a great platform to tie this together to. Instead, just grazed over it and focused on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is where they made their big push. Like, that's not the Call of Duty player is not the person buying this system. Like, they're so out of this whole presentation didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and they showed off a little bit of Mass Effect. I actually thought that what they showed off didn't look that great.
No, like what they were showing off was not showing off 4K gaming, and then they showed off Horizon Zero Dawn, which doesn't need 4K to look fucking amazing, as we saw when we played that game. Beautiful. It already looks fucking gorgeous.
We played that motherfucker, dude. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, that thing plays good. It looks good, and like 4K, cool. Like, what else you got?
Yeah, dude. Oof. Tough.
I think it's just kind of like at the point where we don't care about 4K gaming yet because it's nothing. Just sort of like we don't, besides the gimmick and coolness at this point in time, don't care about 3D virtual gaming because it's kind of nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Remember there was like 3D games? Chad, you had it, like that Batman Arkham. Oh, it's a 3D game. You played it for a whole of 20 seconds, and then you're like, that was done. Now, anyways, back to the game normal. Like, I feel like
he
that's
still does talk about that to this day as being an amazing
That is
experience.
like one of my favorite 3D experiences ever, and I wish they would have made more games in 3D just to get a couple experiences like that. But
she did it for like a full second.
There's a lot more that goes into making that game 3D, just like, they probably didn't realize when they started pushing 3D gaming, and then all of a sudden nobody else did it because it probably took extra development and extra people to get it there. Is that what's going to do?
Totally.
Okay? Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they got 500 people working on certain games. Like, people that don't have that, those games are going to come out really bad.
Yeah, I remember when, like, Xbox, like, the Xbox 360 said, oh, man, we can do 1080p. Or at some point, they said they could do 1080p, but, like, no games ever really did it. And when they did, it wasn't, like, amazing. And the PlayStation 3 could do 1080p, but, like, we didn't care because we all know that this platform is not built for it's not built for 4K gaming.
Holy shit, dude. Remember that, Amy? We bought Dark Souls 2, and you had your old plasma TV, and I just bought that new TV, the 3D one, and we were like, I was like, damn, your graphics look good. Why isn't mine looking good? And we were trying to figure out if the games are like, the 1080p was on the PlayStation 3, and I was like, well, let me check. And then on the back of the box, it said 720p.
Oh, and that's why, mine looks so much better because mine was a smaller screen.
Yeah, so it's just like, what the hell,
Yeah,
dude?
until there's like the juice in these systems to give us like proper 4K gaming experience, not just some like, I don't know, some like HDR and like a couple things, like things look brighter. It's like, no shit, they're gonna look brighter, dude. The resolution is like 4 times what it is now. It's gonna be fucking amazing. There's no question. But like, now, why? Like,
I might be like sounding stupid, but like playing a 4K movie or Blu-ray or whatever is different than them being able to play a 4K game? Or is it the same thing?
Like it's different because it's like, so whatever you download it on, however your player needs to have the processing power and capabilities of watching that movie. So like,
or at least the lens needs to have the whatever it is, the move,
or
the
production,
game, like the whole
to
thing.
play at those high res of graphics on a 4K needs to have enough teraflops and GPU and clock to run that bad boy. Otherwise, you're going to be running. The higher the graphics, the more processing.
4K, but their games on the PS4 Pro will be able to be 4K.
Correct. The games can be 4K. The games are going to play on 4K.
Well, maybe that's what they were like freaking out about. Like, oh my god, 4K games!
Nothing is. They don't have any 4K games.
But it's like I could take like any game that I have on my PC, Call of Duty, hook it up to your 4K TV, and run it in 4K. But maybe it's not going to be the best experience because my graphics card can't push it as hard as it can.
Okay, I was just kind of like, I'm getting.
You're getting the same polygon counts. You're getting everything exactly the same, except it's.
So essentially, it's worthless, whether it's 4K Blu-ray or 4K.
I don't know, no, because I think like if Chad put his TV side by side and you were playing Horizon Zero Dawn on your 4K and he wasn't, yours would look fucking way better. So just because the pixel density is going to be so much better, everything's going to look crisper and cleaner and. You'll be able to, like, things that look kind of blurry, they were saying in the Spider-Man thing, in the background, will all of a sudden become clear because there's just more pixels to make them look clear, is essentially what you're saying. So that's kind of cool, like in Grand Theft Auto, when things you can't totally make them out, all of a sudden they're clear. And then they're just going to put a fucking bokeh effect in there, so they'll be blurry again anyway, so it won't fucking matter.
To save on processing power.
Exactly.
So they can cut a corner.
Yeah.
So like, oh shit, it's not blurry yet? Let's fucking blur that up a little bit, dude. That way they can't see it, and we can get more power out of this thing. That's exactly what's going to fucking happen. Yeah. But can I recommend this to a person who owns a PS4? Hell no. If you have all the gizmos and gadgets that this thing can work around, and you already own a 4K player, and you already own a 4K TV, and you already got a killer sound system, and you own a PlayStation 4, you probably have a shit ton of money anyways. You might as well just get it.
Yeah, if you have a 4K TV and you don't have a PS4, you should probably buy it, right? Like,
hands down, dude. Like,
it's only an extra $100, and it's going to be
a terabyte of like drive. But if you already own a PS4 and you don't have a 4K TV, and even if you do, I don't think it's worth the upgrade yet.
I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah,
no.
4K is not ready yet. I'm very curious of what Microsoft's strategy is going to be, because it's so much more powerful. Like if they're actually going to do different experiences for 4K.
I think they launch in the HoloLens officially with the Scorpio.
They gave themselves a whole year, dude.
That's what I'm thinking is why they got that year, dude. Because I keep hearing mumblings about the HoloLens, and people have been trying it, and it's like getting close. I feel like that thing is going to launch with.
What is the HoloLens?
It's their like glasses that you can wear, and like you can put a TV or anything on a wall anywhere you want, like so you can play Halo on a wall. They already have it up and running and working. Mm-hmm. So I can only imagine that maybe the Scorpio has that. If that launches with that, that could be a game changer for.
That's huge.
What I think that. And then we can move on to other news and what we've been up to. But I think what one of the consoles should have been, and God, it would have been cool if PlayStation did it, was what they need to do is get into the modular console system, is where they should have said, hey, it's this, but we have the capability. I mean, the fucking thing is big enough, for crying out loud.
That guy's like two-handed it, dude. Like it was like a big fat
like
baby,
a fucking
dude.
proton pack, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it should have had like this ability, like to say, hey, we may upgrade, but it's going to be here for you. This is the console that's going to be able to grow. And like they should have sold it as the growing, unit. Get in now. Like maybe it has the ability to add a 4K player to it. You now know that it doesn't. So if that's ever something that becomes cool and you want to get in on,
Yeah.
You're going to have to buy something separate and have HDMI cords all over your house.
Oh my god, it's going to be like the HD Blu-ray player for the Xbox 360.
Remember that thing?
Yeah, I think the parents still have that. I gave them mine in all the Harry Potter movies.
Get ready for your fucking Sega Saturn, or what is it, 32X underneath the fucking the Sega?
Yeah, the Sega next to the Sega CD with the 32X on top of it.
Yeah, it's coming, dude, so...
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
I feel like they should have went that direction, but I guess 2017 is going to be the year we see what happens when... this comes out November 10th. I don't even think I told you.
With a whole year lead, dude, you really just put the fucking Blu-ray player in there, or the 4K player in there, and just sell some of those with your TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, or don't waste your time hyping it at all. Like, if you don't actually care about it, then don't even talk about it. Like,
yeah, I need to hear the streaming, like what the bandwidth requirements are for streaming in 4K. I haven't done it yet, so I'm very curious about that. I don't want to pay the extra for Netflix just to text it.
Yeah. Well, let us know next week, dude, because I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll check it out on YouTube. I think
we had thought about doing something with Amy's new 4K TV, but we just haven't gotten around to it. Netflix didn't have anything, and then we just didn't look in any of the stores to download.
YouTube has a ton of 4K videos you guys can check out, though, for sure.
Yeah, that downloaded like shit on my PC.
They always do, man.
So I was like, future. I couldn't even... Oh, I was like, dude, I can't even watch these things. It's like taking forever to download it, dude. A 1-minute video is like 10 gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to finally play Shadow of Mordor in 4K. That's why I've been waiting to play that game.
I've been talking about it for years. You're like, dude, if this is in 4K, I'd love it.
And you're like, look at all the great... and it's like, weird choice, guys.
And they're done that. And that's pretty much all we got out of the PlayStation conference. So everyone was excited for it, but that's pretty much all we had. But we do have something to look forward to coming up on September 15th. Nintendo could possibly be showing off the NX at the Tokyo Game Show. 14th through the 16th, I believe. 14th and 15th are developers only, invite. And then 17th and 18th are going to be like the fan expo. So we could get something on... knowing Nintendo, they like to do, Nintendo Directs on Fridays?
Yeah. Well, who knows? They might do the whole damn thing at the TGS.
Yeah, they could do like a Thursday showing and then like just do directs all weekend. But there's a lot of people saying, a lot of rumors going out that the NX could be showing up there. And dude, this is a fucking win for them. I mean, the PS in our books, I like to say combined that the PlayStation kind of flopped on this.
No, this is Sony has been like riding so high, dude, and then they just came out and they just shit the bed on this one really hard. Like it just it looks ugly too. On top of everything, it just looks terrible.
So, dude, with Nintendo, on stage with Apple, stocks rose like crazy instantly. And, I mean, they're riding a wave now, dude. The NX launches, I mean, their NX show-off, they just nail it out of the park, dude, and they could be riding good into next year.
Yeah, they have no competition. Microsoft's not showing anything for a while. They're good.
Yeah, Microsoft's totally out of the picture, except for, like, putting snide remarks out there to mock on Twitter the PlayStation Pro unveiling. But let's jump into what we've been up to this week, and actually let's continue on the news, then we'll talk about what we've been playing. A couple of things I just want to touch on.
What do you got?
Actually, you know what? There isn't really much good news.
You son of a bitch.
No, well, except for there's like two things I just want to talk about, and then we'll get into what we've been up to. One, Batman Return to Arkham is coming October 18th. Holy shit, surprise out of nowhere. You spin the finger like that, Missy, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't. Because it is shocking. It's shocking news because this is something we talked about a month ago, where I think it was July almost, where
they had to pull the plug on.
Warner Brothers pulled the fucking plug and said, "Hey, 2017 was probably not going to come out." Then all of a sudden, something fucking happened where they probably were just like, "Fuck it, let's get it out for the holiday." I
wonder if Suicide Squad helped change their mind. Like maybe they generated way more income, or I don't know, in that film, and they're like.
Yeah,
so or maybe someone 18th. Actually like figured out how to make the graphics look like they were upgrading them. Because remember that.
Do you like them?
I mean, no. I mean, it looks the same to me essentially. I mean, it's like a little bit shinier, but it looks better than it did before. When everyone like ratted them out for like doing nothing.
Looks glossier, and the colors. I actually think the colors look a little bit better.
Yeah, there's not so much. It's not so much a green hue as it's like a pinkish purple hue. Now it's everything, which I don't know.
Is that any better than the green?
I know it for the green hue, so like I'm like on it, but I guess I could see why it'd be a plus.
Oh, dude, and speaking of this, while I'm on this, something I didn't add for you guys, so it's going to be news to you and news to the world. Rocksteady is also working on Suicide Squad game that has been in production, and a Damian Wayne Batman game. And Damian Wayne is Batman's son. It's supposed to take place in the future. Batman's going to have a giant beard and be training Damian Wayne to take over. Of course he is. Of course that shit's going to happen, dude. Yeah, so he's going to have a cane, and he's going to have a beard, and he's going to be old. Apparently, 500 people are working on this currently right now. So
500, that's a big studio.
Dude, I'm curious about this Suicide Squad game because from what they're describing of it is like a brawler where you can choose multiple characters, and it's going to be made by the Rocksteady guys. So, the combat is going to be fisticuffs and it's going to be decent. It's been there, done there, seen it. One of the things that lured me was that it's going to be in the style of similar style of Borderlands. So maybe they're talking comedy and loot collecting because they said there's going to be loot and upgrade paths and tiers for your characters to unlock special abilities and stuff like that. So
I like that.
If it kind of goes, I can see that with the comedy aspect of that. Maybe, I don't know the graphic style, but maybe the graphic style of that. So Suicide Squad is under development, could see 2017 release, and then the Damian Wayne Batman 2018, possibly sooner than that a little bit, but they just started ramping up production on it. So that's your inside rumor for the day.
That's cool stuff.
Batman, that's exciting stuff, man. I'm super curious about the Suicide Squad. Anyone drops a Borderlands reference, dude, it doesn't get dropped too often, but when it does, I listen.
You're like, I got it.
Hold on a second, dude. Let me see what you got going on. We also got a Gears of War 4 Horde mode 3.0 reveal. I don't know if you guys played the last couple Gears of War Horde modes or you just played the main games, but
Horde mode's awesome.
Yeah, dude, and this one looks to develop upon it if you liked it, dude. 5 players, 50 waves of dudes. I've never made it to 50 waves.
No, me neither.
No.
But I definitely like to get a crew of all of us together and give it a shot.
I don't think I ever played with 5 players either. It was just 3, wasn't it? Or 4?
Yeah, I only played with 2. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 people before.
Yeah,
so it was me and 2 others, yeah.
So that's a little bit of an upgrade.
That's kind of cool.
Every 10 is a boss. And then they got a couple of different classes, a soldier class, sniper, scout, heavy, and an engineer. You get cards similar to Titanfall where you can kind of upgrade your boosts to damage and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then fabrication tool is what's new. You can create your own traps and Gatling guns and all sorts of crazy shit, dude. So it's going to be fucking cool to see now you got turrets, now you're making stuff.
Yeah, I like to see where they're going. I like it. I like fighting wave-based things. I always think that's a good time. So I definitely going to give it a go.
Yeah, Horde mode 3.0. Got to see some cool stuff on that. We'll check that out. That's coming out in October. We also saw Friday the 13th, Million Deaths, dude. In Friday the 13th.
That looks awesome.
Yeah,
Dude, the concept for this is going to be... It's already really cool. I just hope that it is executed as well as they're showing, because this looks like it could be a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, so when we saw, Tristan and I went and saw it at PAX South, this is now coming from PAX West, this new video, they talked a lot about the gameplay and the procedural generation and all the cool stuff, and it sounded amazing. Every map will be things will be placed all over the place, you'll never know how it's going to go, and they started showing them filming the kills, but now that you're actually seeing them in game, it's these are the perfect death animations, because they're realistic, and they're not over the top and crazy like you would expect. When he squeezed his head, it just didn't turn into a explosion of blood. And then the guy dropped, and you're like, oh shit, that was brutal.
It's like Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
What was that?
Dude, yeah. So we don't have a release date on it, but they're releasing specs on what it's gonna take to play it. I'm hoping October, man. It looks like it's almost done. I'm not completely fucking sold on it, dude. The animations look pretty fucking awesome, but I just don't know if the gameplay is going to hold up. I don't want to be a survivor, too bored, waiting around for Jason to come find me as he's hunting the other 6 dudes.
Well, have you guys seen that Death by Daylight game that's gotten a lot of play lately on Steam? That came out a couple months ago, in the beginning of summer, and it's a very similar concept, one person versus 1 killer versus 4 survivors. And that actually, works really well, and it, people are, it's not boring. Because you're going around and you're just running. A match can last 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not going to be a lot of
that's cool.
hiding. So I'm assuming that's what the scenario is going to be here. I don't think you're going to have these long situations.
Good.
Where you're just sitting
there
in the woods for 20 minutes hiding. Because Jason's going to have his senses and be able to smell you and see you. And I don't know. They said they're recreating Crystal Lake, so maybe it's going to be a longer playthrough because it looked like it was a pretty big map. But
5 to 8 minute matches I'd be down with.
Yeah. I think short and sweet.
I'm thinking we all run off in different directions. He's hunting someone else on the other side of the map. I'm over on this side of the map just chilling. What do I do while he's waiting? Is there crafting? Do I make weapons? Do I dig holes? Do I set traps?
Decoys,
that's the stuff that I don't really...
You don't want your team members to get killed, so maybe you set up decoys and stuff and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so the death animations look fucking amazing and brutal.
Yeah, you're going to have to get
the
parts to build the car to get out of the place or whatever. There's going to be stuff for you to do.
Objectives that you have to go for.
They'll keep you busy, Chad.
So we'll see what's going on with that, man. That's coming out soon. But let's jump into what we've been up to this week. And we talked about it last week that the Battlefield 1 beta was going on. Servers were down, wasn't happening. And we actually had a chance to play it this week. And I know, Jason, you got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, I did. Did you play it too?
I got a chance. I did. I had a chance to play it. And you know, I'm not a huge Battlefield fan, but I was a Battlefield fan, or a fan of Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little bit more condensed than the open craziness of some of the other Battlefield games. And I liked the rush mode they had in that, which was cache one. I forget what the hell it was called. But that's, it gave everyone an objective to get in there and do the cache. They didn't give you those modes. It was like capture the flag. And then rush mode felt really, I don't know if you played the rush in this one.
I didn't. I just played the main 64. Is that what it was? Whatever the main 64
Conquest.
Yeah, Conquest. That's what I played. And that was interesting.
I like the addition of some of the vehicles. Tanks, dude, need to get a fucking shut down immediately. You cannot fucking take a tank down to save your fucking life unless you have one of those special classes that are hidden around the map. I don't know if you found those at all. There's a couple of the secret classes that are hidden around the map. And one's like a flamethrower guy, one's an anti-tank guy, and then one's got a heavy assault. So, like, the flamethrower dude just rocks dudes up close. The tank killer.
That's actually cool. I didn't actually get any of those special classes because I was just playing with my normal whatever classes, the normal sniper or just the assault guy, and I was just like, eh, because it has that same Battlefield hook that I hate, where I have to feel like I have to run a long ways. I'm always running, and on the way I'm running there, I'm getting killed.
Yep.
And you hop on a horse. I fucking have, like this. Oh, they've never changed it, and it felt like every other Battlefield I've ever played in my entire life with like zero progression. Actually, this played exactly the same way that Battlefield felt like it played when I was playing the 1942 or the Vietnam. It's like, why would I play this? I just played a shit ton of Star Wars. Like it looked exactly the same way. And Star Wars was actually cool as shit because I could have like Han Solo or Darth Vader, or I could get lightsabers. Like they had that going for it. This it had procedural weather. I mean, that was kind of interesting, but.
Oh, like the dust storm?
Yeah, turn the day to night or whatever it did. And that was actually kind of cool, but...
The landscaping was pretty sweet. Like, some of the rocks and stuff. Like, I was
realistic.
Like, that looks like a real rock. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was like, that looks like Tatooine and looks just like it looked in Star Wars.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, too. Yeah. When I got up close to the rock, I was like, shit, dude, am I playing Star Wars? Or is this Battlefield or Battlefront?
Yeah.
I don't know which fucking battle I'm on. Yeah. But the classes that are on there are hidden kind of like the Battlefield or the Battlefront ones, where like one person can get them at a time, and you get to play as that class until you die, and check that out. But I'm with you, dude. Like some of the like the horse being able to jump on top of buildings and go like a fucking wild man, being able to slice you in half from a good like I don't know, like 10 feet away, and like dices you just because they didn't want to make an animation that had to actually combat you.
I was just gonna say, like again, the animations like. They're trying to make this like realistic, and like all of a sudden like airplanes are doing weird shit that they shouldn't do, like tanks are going like on crazy angles. It just takes me out of it. It's just like actually I was not one that really I don't think wanted this World War I setting. Now that I see it, I'm like I get why the investors were so scared to do this, because this is a very scary genre. Like this is like when you see this game in action, you're just like, oh, I'm using those guns.
Yes!
Can I wall run? I have to use this stupid gun with a fucking it's got a Bayonetta. That's great.
Yeah, let me Bayonetta charge. Let me Bayonetta charge into the openness of the desert. That's fucking wonderful. I mean, yeah, it's good around a corner, I guess, but I mean, I use it just to navigate closer to the fucking map, dude. When like some idiot's got the airplane, he's just driving around like an idiot or like the entire match, so you can't get into the airplane or get in it with them, and then you can't get in a tank. So now you're on foot. You're forced on foot because there's like 4 things you can drive, and someone owns them the entire match.
Yeah,
so it's like
once
you
get it, you're in it, even if you get that specialty. But who's to say that you're going to get that special tank killing class, and by the time you get to the tank, you're dead because you didn't actually make it to the tank because the tank killed you.
So I got tired of consistently dying or spawning into someone who was dying, so I just took a sniper class for the first time.
That's what I did.
And I started sniping, and I was actually doing pretty good.
That's like, funny that we did the exact same thing, because I was like, you know what, fuck this, dude. I'm not running in here anymore. I'm just going to sit back here on this rock and kill these motherfuckers.
Irritated. Because then, like, nobody would take a base over. So then I'm like, well, shit, maybe I should be the guy running in there. And we get in there, we take a base, and then I guess run to the next one, and I'm sniped. It's like I rarely got killed by a guy with a machine gun.
I was like, I really hope
was a
wars
tank
are not fought like this. If this is trying to like be some kind of weird, real representation of war, where people are just like treating every situation like it's Normandy, and you're just storming the beach, and you're just constantly running and getting mowed down, and like if you have more people, then you're going to get into the hole. There's like no strategy or anything in this game, which I think might help it a little bit, but I don't know. Plus, like the kids, like what kid doesn't relate to like trains and biplanes? Like that's something the kids are really going to get into when you could choose a fucking Titan. Or like some futuristic cool shit in Titanfall. Why would you choose this?
Well, Thomas the Train's pretty legit, so you know.
There's that. This game's DOA. This game's gonna have a hard Christmas, dude. I feel bad for him.
Well,
it's cool. It plays well. It plays well. It controls well. It was stable once it was running, and it looks as good as Star Wars did.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's gonna resonate very well with people.
Well, dude, and the fact that I started looking at like all the guns I could potentially unlock, and I'm like, wow, dude, this gun just looks exactly like this gun.
Dude, it's like they didn't learn their lesson. The big problem with Star Wars was every single gun looked like the previous gun before it. It was like, oh, cool, I have another blaster. I get that's all they use in Star Wars, but fucking A.
Maybe try something new?
Yeah, and then in here, it's like, oh, cool, every gun is, I don't know, I'm not Sweener, so I don't know what every fucking gun is, but they all were pretty much the same. It was cool, you're parachuting now. Great.
Yeah.
It didn't have the variety that I think it needs, and it's not as exciting as I hoped it would be either.
It definitely did not have a dude to take out a tank, and watching people just go 35-1 consistently on me because they're in a tank and I couldn't take it down, like, it's just annoying. But when Topi got a tank, he went like 29-2. It's just like you get in that tank and
dude, if Toby's going 29-2 in a tank, dude, that thing is OP as fuck. That is trashed here at those games.
Oh my gosh, dude. But yeah, I'm curious to see what some of the smaller stages look like. This map was not a good, again, another game that made me like do this like giant open world map, and I know you're trying to create this war, but it just didn't, it felt like it took me too long to get into cover.
I guess this is where I don't get Battlefield. Like, you have this giant map and you're trying to create this real war, but really all you're doing is having 64 people fight in small little pockets over and over again. Like, it's not any different than a Call of Duty, except there's just a couple different locations, and you have all this fucking empty space in between that you fly your fucking airplanes in, or you ride your horse to the next Call of Duty map.
Take a cue from like the Destiny maps and their PvP Crucible stuff, as much as like, you know, it maybe doesn't fit exactly because they're a lot smaller maps. They definitely need to take a cue from that, because everything loops to everything else, and there's always something to hide behind or run up to, as opposed to just like, here's a giant open nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm just watching the play. I was like, this is bad. It should be like in a city, like in Saving Private Ryan. Like towards the end, there's that one sniper in that building. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
Yeah.
If you recall. And there's like the sniper that knifes the dude and is like shh as he knifes him.
Yeah.
But dude, there's like that building, the vantage point, but then there's a fuck ton of other places to go run and hide, and like there's rubble here and a big broken like building over there and like a downed tank here that they can hide behind, and I'm like, they didn't do like any of this. Even in that map, I mean, was there any like broken, destroyed airplanes or tanks that you could hide behind that were malfunctioned, or like anything like that? Sandbags, like besides in the trenches, like nothing really, you know?
Yeah, it didn't feel right. It felt way too open for my taste. But then like in the trailer, they show these cool towns, and like those towns and those cities look like that's going to be probably pretty fucking interesting when you're blowing walls up and things are falling apart. But I didn't get any of that in this. All I got was a horse, and maybe if I played another mode, I would have got that. But the servers weren't working.
What was that PC game we used to play that was multiplayer, had large-scale battles? I want to say it was like something like Jungle Strike or something Jungle Warfare, but it was on the PC and it had large-scale fights, but it had like thick jungle, like trees and stuff to hide in. Like everything was like covered in like shrubs or shrouds or like, you know, trees and stuff. And then you had your like roads, winding roads and stuff, but you felt like you were kind of safe if you laid down in like the bushes. Like, I know this is the sand and stuff, but, like, at least, like, I don't know, give me, like, a blanket over my sniper or something so I can lay down in the wood, like, in the sand and be covered. Like, make some of these dudes, make them, like, blend in a little bit better. But I had some cool experiences on it where me and Toby were sniping off the top of this cliff, I was sniping. He was doing covering, so he was laying like these traps down on the one entrance way up to the top of it, so people came across that they would like blow up. And then I was sniping off the top of there, and I was getting into some crazy battles. Well, all of a sudden they started making their way up to the top, and they brought a tank up this thing to try and get up there. And like a couple dudes jumped out. Toby went down. He's like, dude, they're coming for you. So I started throwing a couple of pepper shots out at him, dude, around the corner. So it's like this big circle around this like huge mountain. And so I'm like over here. They're coming up the bridge. I'm shooting at them. They started like, there's like 4 of them at that time. So they came around. I waited. One dude ran at me. I killed him. Then I ran around the other direction. Another guy was running at me from the other direction, thought he could sneak up on me. So I put him down because he was running and he couldn't shoot, and I'm doing this all with a pistol. I continue running around that way, and 3 more dudes were waiting for me, thinking I was coming from the other direction. I stabbed 2 of them in the face with my shovel, and then I shot the other guy, and then I took the tank because they jumped out of the tank.
All right.
So there's like opportunity for some really sweet moments, but they're very far few between. I spend most of my time in that game bitching about how I'm dying, and then trying to correct my complaint with things that they have in it, where spawn on your comrades, spawn in a plane, spawn in a tank. And anytime I do that, I'm always put in one of the shittiest moments I feel of the game, where I get out and I don't know who's around me, what's happening, and I end up just getting killed. So it's like, I guess I'd rather take the run and risk dying to a sniper than to spawn in a tank or spawn on somebody who's getting their ass handed to them.
I guess maybe that is my problem. If I was playing with a good group and I could just spawn with you guys, and like I'm with you, like every time I like do the spawn with a group, I feel like I'm with like the worst group. It's like a bunch of fucking idiots, dude. And they're just running me into my death, and it's just like just as bad.
Yes, dude, totally.
I don't know.
So that's our Battlefield 1 experience. That beta ends tomorrow, so make sure you guys get a chance to check it out if you haven't already. Me and Amy got a chance to. She didn't play Worms with me, but I will talk about something.
Come on, Amy.
Wait, she observed the Worms. I played a little bit of Worms, which was actually insanely fun and amazing.
It's a good
but
game.
We did get a chance to celebrate Final Fantasy 15 coming out shortly in a few months here. We got a chance to watch Kingsglaive.
All right, good.
So
I meant to watch that.
I was like, this is gonna be fucking stupid, just as dumb as Advent Children, because all Advent Children was. Fanboys jerk off to it. Great, whatever. Oh my god, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Oh yes, so amazing. It's so good. It was crap. It was a terrible film. It like made little to no sense, even in the context of the game. And like, I know people can like skew their fanfics and their worlds. Like, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you're figuring it out. But it was just a bad film. It was beautifully animated. It was cool to see the characters. It was cool to see like summons and materia being used. But it was just like slash pose. Smile for the camera, I'm beautiful. I'm Cloud. So I was like, great. Oh, they made another movie. I don't really care, and actually put off seeing it for quite some time because I was like, Finally ended up watching it. Dude, it was a good movie. Like, it doesn't even matter that it was Final Fantasy 15. Like, it was just a good movie. And then on top of it, you're like, oh, it's a Final Fantasy film. Some of it was kind of predictable. But then some of it, we were like, wait, is this... No? Who is that guy? Oh, he was that guy. Okay, that's cool. Like...
Yeah, we actually caught ourselves talking like that a couple of times.
Yeah,
you guys are such dorks.
Yeah.
Well,
I dorked out.
I was expecting it to be shit.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that I liked it. And it was beautiful, beautiful facial animations. Like, some of those, like... They looked like real people. I was like, what? And then you could also, though, tell who maybe wasn't animated the greatest and reasons why they weren't animated so well. And there was a couple of scenes you're like, that was really awkward looking. Overall, though, it was really cool, too, because it's the like, paralleling the story of the game. Like, it's explaining what's going on in the city while What's-His-Face is all off gallivanting around with his
Noctis
with his Boy Scout troop, you know, camping and such. So
yeah, no shit out there making like steaks and like
he's getting his little Boy Scout patches. But no, it was actually a good movie, and I was really surprised that it was, because especially after seeing Final Fantasy Advent Children, I was like, oh, this is gonna be really bad.
You were not excited to watch this, and I felt like I had to twist your arm a little bit to get you in.
Yeah,
because you were really excited about this, Chad. Like, well, at least when it came out, like the first trailer came out, you're like, oh shit.
I'm pretty high on Final Fantasy 15, and like I said, dude, I don't really get into the Final Fantasy games too much, but when I first saw this and played that demo, like I was
3 years ago.
Yeah, the demo from like what 2 years ago.
Yeah, I played that one too. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and like I played it and I was like, holy crap! I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 15. It's been a long time since I've actually been seriously excited for one. They have the X2s and all the other 13s and and Final Fantasy 14 online is like now the newer version has been good. A Realm Reborn has been good, but beyond that, dude, Final Fantasy hasn't done much for me except get excited about old stuff. So I played that and I was pretty excited. Saw this. And I was like, holy shit, this could be cool. I hadn't seen Advent Children or the Spirited Within Alien.
Oh, the Spirits Within was just... They only tacked the Final Fantasy label on there to help generate sales, but it's not really anything Final Fantasy related.
But dude, this, man, if you weren't excited for Final Fantasy 15 and you're not a super Final Fantasy fanboy, this is going to get you jacked up for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like, it was just cool. Like, I didn't care that it... I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but the Final Fantasy tag on it made me not want to like it, just because I haven't liked the game. Well, 12 was amazing. But just like 13, 13.2, 13.3, like 10.2. I don't know. Like, I'm with Chad. Like, I'm just like, 7 was amazing, 9 was amazing, 12 was amazing. And then, like, the old ones that have nostalgic memories were good, but... Like, yeah, I feel like without the Final Fantasy tag, which is going to draw fanboys and people who are mildly interested in the Final Fantasy, like, world, I think even without it, this would have done well, because it was well done. Like, it was engaging and it was interesting. And you're like, wait, sweet, well, what's going to happen? Yeah, I'd give it a watch if you haven't seen it.
It also makes you realize how fucking cool Noctis's weapon ability is.
Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, because in the demo I was like, this is stupid. I don't care. Why am I going to use this?
Why am I throwing this knife and teleporting?
This is really dumb.
Shit.
The movie makes you like, oh, that's sweet.
You're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I get it now. Dude.
Yeah.
All right, so I should probably download this off the PlayStation Store. I keep seeing it advertised.
I recommend it, dude.
Yeah, it was actually good. I was surprised, and I mean, don't expect like movie of the year by any means, but at least for what it is, it was enjoyable.
Dude, yeah, and it gets you excited for a lot of the stuff, like Amy said. Like, I was talking while we were watching, I was talking about like the parallels and stuff like that, and it just like, I don't know, gets you excited because you know that you've seen what's happened while he's away. Now we get to see what he's doing while this is happening, his reactions to what happens here, because word's going to get to him. So it's going to be really cool to see how this all comes together, man. They did a really good job of building this world that I really want to fucking get my hands on now, these dickheads.
No, like, just from watching the trailer and just seeing like the mix of city and
that's the other
the
thing,
future stuff with the medieval stuff. It's just such a cool mix to me.
I did enjoy that too, because I was like, fucking cars, what are the cars and fucking chocobos? This is really stupid, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, like, I kind of get it more now. Like, it's the formal regalia for, like, the proper, like, when we get dressed up in a suit and tie or something, versus, hey, everyday clothes is, like, our common streetwear. Like, I was like, oh, I sort of get it. This is getting cool. Like, it made it a lot more palatable for me.
Someday I'll ride Knight Rider to a fancy ball. It's going to be a sweet thing.
You ain't crushed this poor little bean.
She's going to have to get strong. Get strong.
Dude, Jason, anything else you want to talk about that you played before we head out of here?
No, not really. I mean, I played Overwatch. I checked out the new map. I thought that was pretty cool. That was...
Oh, speaking of Overwatch.
Yeah, speaking of Overwatch.
If you guys haven't had a chance to play it, we've been high on it pretty for quite a while now. It's going to be free to play on the PlayStation and Xbox One this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Starting Friday through the 12th.
Come play with us, because we're going to
get on Xbox. Play with us, dude. You know who we are, and if you don't, just look up Brett Metal.
Yeah, play some Eichenwald. Did you try that new map or no?
I have not, dude. I've been saving it for you guys so we can all experience it together.
It's weird to play a new map in Overwatch because you played those old maps so much that you just like know where every single thing should be, and then you get in there and you're like, where the fuck am I supposed to put my turret to kill everybody the most?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, they've been doing nerfs and balances, so if you have played it, all sorts of shit might feel a little bit different, dude. You might not be killing as many dudes as you thought.
It's pretty great to see all the dead Bastions all over the place, too. I feel like that's a nod to everybody that hated Bastion.
Dead.
It's pretty cool.
Dead.
It's pretty cool.
Man, what do you got going on this weekend then, dude? Playing some Overwatch with the guys?
Play some Overwatch. Sweeter and I are supposed to cruise through on Twitch the Gears of War Ultimate HD Edition in preparation for Gears 4.
I gotta watch
this. This will be funny.
It's going to be ridiculous. Because it's all it's going to be like 90% of the time is Sweeter being like, dude, what shoots, dude? How do I reload? Like, what's going on here? He's just going to be over the top, so it should be pretty fun.
You got a time frame for that?
I don't have a time frame for that. Probably Saturday night. We'll probably kick it off and then go from there and see how long.
I'll tweet it out to you as soon as we get final confirmation, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can blow through that game in like 3 or 4 hours. So I'm assuming they'll do it in a night. So it'll probably be Saturday night. I'm guessing.
That's kind of one of the we complain about length of games, but that's kind of one of the cool things about that. I don't know why, but it's like you can just sit down with a buddy and pound through it.
Yeah, it was like a good like Contra style co-op experience where like you just sit down, you beat it, you move on with your fucking life, and then maybe you go back and beat it on hard mode.
Yeah.
So
like those
probably do that. That's my weekend, and then I'm gonna check out some of the new shit. Kingsglaive, and then next week before we record, I'm hoping to check out Recore because I think that comes out on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, does it?
Yeah.
See, dude, I'm gonna be going broke, dude. I actually want to check that out too. I'm pretty excited about that. From what we originally saw, and then like watching the gameplay at E3 and seeing a little bit different than like the videos showed, it kind of gave me a little twist on it. Like I was originally after watching the videos, it's like, ooh, this doesn't look that great. But then you see someone playing it and actually in action, and you're like, holy shit, this could actually be really cool and really fun.
And then you're on your Xbox One and you see the ad for it, and it's like, this is like could be the new Mega Man, and you're like, the Mega Man game you always wanted. It's like, what? Like who? I don't even know who said that quote, but that's crazy.
That's a fucking insane quote, dude.
Yeah, it's like that's very, very brazen of you.
Maybe if they probably forgot to put this is the Mega Man Legends you always wanted.
Yeah,
it's entirely possible. Maybe it said that and I missed it, but yeah, that comes out. There's like a lot of shit coming out. I think new NASCAR game comes out. Our game calendar said.
Yeah.
BioShock the remastered series comes out this week.
You haven't had a chance. Amy doesn't want.
So much shit coming out. It's about to happen.
It's gonna be a huge week for us, dude. Amy, what do you got going on this weekend? Making love to a chicken. Making love to a chicken.
We're gonna. What? We're gonna play Phantasmagoria. I'm already on chapter 3, or about to be on chapter 3. Partook in the Humble Bundle to get the King's Quest games. I started playing the first King's Quest one, and I'm so lost because you have to type commands in, and I'm like, wait, what? What do? How do I
have to type?
What is Phantasmagoria? Like, I feel like I'm confused about that.
There's a Humble Sierra bundle going on right now.
So it's like an old Sierra game. Gotcha.
Yeah, from 91. It's actually pretty good.
Is that the full motion video one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Right.
I mean, it's super comical, but at the same time, like, I mean, I'm just shitting on it as I'm playing it because it's.
You guys need to stream that. That's hilarious. Like, I want to see.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to last night. We only played it for a little bit late last night.
I need to watch that.
So we were planning on doing that. I don't know if we'll be able to get on tonight, but definitely tomorrow we plan on getting on there.
Okay.
And
for sure tomorrow. Yeah, we have a set. We're probably going to start around, you get off of work. So maybe around 6 o'clock we'll start.
6 to 10 minimum.
Yeah, we'll stream it.
All right, I'm excited.
Phantasmagoria, dude. If you guys don't know about this, it's fucking amazing. It's like
so
shot
good.
in like the 1980s.
No, it's 1991.
Oh, this is great because you guys got the Police Quest collection. Like, you guys got like a year's worth of stuff going on. I'm excited for this because Police Quest is great.
I've never played Police Quest. That one caught my eye, dude. Space Quest really
Space Quest I wanted to play.
I was really excited for that, and I was like, dude, I was trying to push for this like bundle to get purchased because that one looked great. And then going back through all the King's Quest games, and then as the new chapters, like all 5 chapters of King's Quest, the new remake we get to check out.
Because you went high on the new remake for a long time.
I liked it. It was fun.
Really good. It was really good. So, we got a ton of stuff to play.
Also, I'm debating waffling back and forth with buying Layers of Fear on my PS4 digital download or buying it on Steam with the expansion pack for like $4 more. So I think I might do the Steam, and we can play Layers of Fear because we really liked that one too. So that could be something we'll stream.
Pretty sure I'm just gonna have to go full-time streaming.
Yeah.
We bought so many games in the last 24 hours, it's out of control. You now own like 30 games that
you buy one Humble Bundle and you're fucked, dude. Your whole backlog is like.
That's what I was telling her. It's the first Humble Bundle she bought, and I was like,
oh,
dude,
for real?
Yeah.
That's why my Steam library is like 400 games deep, dude, because I just buy all these stupid bundles. I was like, stopped. I was like, stop it, Jason. Like, you're not gonna.
And most of the time, they're not shitty games either.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're good.
Solid collection, dude, of stuff. So.
Yeah, like it's a good deal for like $15 to get all those games, or $20. That's crazy.
Hell yeah, dude! They got a game maker going on, but I think there's like 5 more days left on this. The Sierra one or something like that. Yeah, 5 days left on Sierra, so you guys got plenty of time to get in there and check it out before they boot something else up in there. They got a bunch of other stuff too. We also have on Sunday an Iron Man.
Yeah.
On Sunday, so we're gonna be rooting on Amy's dad, dude. Is in the Iron Man. He's going for his 3rd one.
4th.
4th.
That's fucking crazy. I couldn't even beat the first challenge. Isn't it like running, biking, and swimming? Is that the 3?
It's swimming, biking, running. They have swimming be the first one because that's the most dangerous, as you can actually die, like drown. I think somebody's died once in the swim, and that was due to a heart attack, though, not because they actually drowned. I mean, there's people out on the lake, and but you can get there's people you get broken noses, you're getting kicked and elbowed, and it's crazy, real insane. So
all right, good luck to him. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, he's just gonna, he's not doing it for time or for place. He's just doing it to complete it.
He's just going out there to elbow people, just take out some frustration.
Yeah, dude. And what time does it start? 9 a.m.
It's 7 or 8 in the morning.
It's like a 12-hour completion too. So just picture this, dude. You're fucking exercising at a medium to high pace for 12 hours straight.
Yeah, I would die.
Well, I mean, if you're pro level, you'll get done
in 3 hours.
Maybe at oh my god, no, more than 3 hours.
6, 7, 8.
6 or 7, maybe 8 hours. I think my dad is hoping to finish by 9 o'clock at night. But if you could do the entire Ironman, and if you don't cross that finish line at midnight or a minute before midnight, it doesn't qualify that you completed it. It doesn't count as a completion because you have to beat it before midnight.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you could cross the finish line a minute late, and it wouldn't count that you completed the Ironman. And people have had that, and they're just broken afterwards.
Yeah, that would ruin my life.
At the same time, you did the Ironman. You actually did do it, but
technically, you didn't do it fast enough to say you did it. So don't lie to people.
So that's what we got going on this week. Make sure you guys stay tuned to twitch.com/AllertonAv. Make sure you guys check us out. We'll be streaming all weekend long with Jason and Sweener playing the Gears of War, me and Amy Phantasmagoria, maybe some Destiny in there to break things up a little bit. Rise of Iron just 2 short weeks away.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Jason's already out of the loop, guys, so don't worry. He's got tons of other stuff he's going to play. Recore, he's going to play for you guys.
Yeah, I'll play Recore.
Take us on an adventure. Might join him with that as well. And if you guys missed it, Adapted will be on Friday, so make sure you guys check back to AllertonAv.com and check out Adapted. Awesome show. We got Lost Boys, and we talk a shit ton about the new Fear of the Walking Dead, which, I don't know, I think people may be swaying. Can't give you a little spoiler alert, but maybe someone swayed. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you guys next week or this weekend if you guys hop in Twitch and check us out. Later, guys.
Later, everybody.
Bye.